Hello, welcome to the Vedic Lunar Scope. Today is the 5th of December, 2015. And today the moon has moved into the sign of Libra and will be transiting the first 10 degrees of the sign of Libra as it makes its way through Hasta nakshatra, which, by the way, is the moon's own nakshatra. Sometimes we find ourselves in these positions in life where it feels like we're not on the right path, like we're doing something that just doesn't fit in ultimately with who we are or how we identify with ourselves. And we make a decision to make a very powerful change. And somewhere in your life today, making that change is going to require that you put an end to something else. Something has to be ended so that something new can begin. And once you begin to initiate those changes, there's one part of you that's likely feeling like you need for it to happen all at once, because what has been going on for you is not satisfactory. It just doesn't feel right to you, and you're feeling frustrated, and just like you can't stay in that place for long. But those changes aren't going to come in one fell swoop. It's not going to all happen in one day, right? And sure, although you may be judging your situation and going, well, I can't really cope with being in this position anymore. If you give that time, you'll be able to cope with it. And it's not that you're going to be able to cope with it to the extent that you're going to want to stay in that position, but you'll be able to cope with the developments that need to take place over time. The best things, or I should say the best changes in life, are changes that occur at the proper pace. With everything just falling into place naturally, rather than those that are forced, that are shifted and involve, a lot of struggle. Sometimes the hotter the battle, it's not the sweeter the victory. Sometimes it's just the hotter the battle, the hotter the battle. And, then there's a lot of, shrapnel all over the place. And you don't really need that type of a circumstance. Instead, what you really need is for things to move at the pace that they need to move so that things can be lasting when you actually do create the change that you're hoping to create. In order for that to happen, you need to look and see how you can really do your utmost to work to your utmost in harmony with yourself. I said double utmost there, but that was on purpose. You have to do your utmost to see how you can work to your utmost in harmony with yourself. You really have to look at what's wise for you to do, rather than trying to push for it all to happen at once. Because you see, as we're having the moon transiting Hasta today, it's going to make a conjunction with Mars, and that's going to add some passionate energy to the equation, because Mars is having some tense angles that are going on right now, and that's making it feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to create this change. But a lot of that pressure, if you look at it, even though you're feeling it, right, you'll recognize that you do have some time. It's not as immediate as you sense that it might be. With Hasta, there's the desire to create a liberating change for yourself, because Hasta is also a moksha nakshatra, just like Uttara Phalguni is. So it wants to create a change that's going to make you feel, in this particular instance, like you're on the right path. But what tends to happen with this is there is a period where there's inertia that's faced, and you have to be firm. You have to hold in your mind the vision of that which you're wanting to give life to. Hasta is associated with Savitar, which is the life-giving aspect of the sun. And so it's about doing all the right things so that things fall into place. And the right things in terms of this particular situation is just to initiate those changes, But to recognize that to expect it all to happen at once would be somewhat foolish. And you really need to pay attention to all the steps that need to come into being so that this can all happen. The lunar Tithi today is Krishna Dashami. With Krishna Dashami, it's about creating that change, creating a change that's going to make you feel happy inside yourself, like you're making the right shift. And it's hard to really tune into those feelings today that are going to, number one, make you feel like you're on the right path, and that's good because that's going to shift you. And number two, it's going to be difficult to feel as if you're able to make the necessary changes to bring something about. The solar lunar yoga today is Sabhagya. Sabhagya is about being fortunate enough to really have it come together and happen all at once. You know, in rare circumstances that can happen, but in most circumstances it's going to take a little bit of work, and such is the case in this particular instance. Just to remind you of my website, where you can find not only my astrological services page if you want to schedule something with me, but also so much more MP3 video courses, including my new Nakshatra course, and so much to explore on AuthenticAstrology.com, in addition to about a good solid 6 years of astrological writing, all below at the link. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope today for the 5th of December, 2015. Until next time, please take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.